As I continue the journey to get your eardrum straight, pay attention to the flow, cause I know it's great.
This thing is all steel and sex appeal. Goes in like that.
You get sucked in the melody. Hella be the ones claiming it down, backstab out of jealousy.
Tech Roofing, TEK. Toughest stuff on the planet.
This is just fun stuff.
Hello?
Hey, who's this? Is this TMZ?
Yeah.
Rob Van Winkle.
Hey, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I saw that you had called me. I'm sorry, I got a loud construction site going on over here.
Oh, no problem. It's Harvey. I love this Pablo Escobar story. It is just fabulous. I read this morning and I thought, this is my favorite story of the day.
Oh my God, I have so many chapters. What a crazy moment that was in my life that most people never really focused on because there's so many more things that have impacted. And this right here is a chapter that was like the most clueless part of my life, where I was just sitting there with a bunch of guys, because I race motocross, I race everything, boats, everything, and I was just racing boats with a bunch of people. You don't have Google, you don't have anything to.
Right. No, I read it. I love it. So listen, I would love to. Do you have a few minutes now? We're literally just starting our show, TMZ Live.
Yep.
I would love to. We could do an interview with you on this. It would only take like 7 minutes, and we could do it literally right now if you have the time.
Let's do it.
I just love this. Okay. How do we get in touch?
Just call me on this phone. You got it there? You got my number. You've had it.
Bread phone.
Call him on the bread phone. Harvey from TMZ is going to call us on the bread phone.
Call me on the bread phone.
Call me on the bread phone. Money fan, put your fans out.
Well, I have a can of ether in my hands. Here, can you hold that? Harvey! All is good. Oh, we've got a photobombing back here.
VIP, baby.
Oh, my God. Hold up, guys. You caught us on the work site here. We're doing we're filming a new Vanilla Ice beach project here, so we're full on construction going on. I think we got bad signal here. Let's go over to my house.
Okay.
All right. So we got horrible signal. We're gonna just run over here real quick.
I just can't hear you. I hear some people hear us.
Right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Rob, if you can hear us, we're going to start as soon as you're thinking.
Let me get stable. Give me 1 minute, Harvey, guys, okay? Because I'm gonna go get on a Wi-Fi next door. We're at this construction site, and I don't have any signal. I don't know if you can hear me. Go to my house.
Yep. Going to the other house.
All right.
You coming?
Yeah.
Nice.
My house. Go to Wi-Fi.
It's an average day at the beach project here.
Hey, can you see what this guy's dropping off? I have
Yep.
no idea what he's dropping.
Do you need him for this? He's on the phone. Talk to Wes. Look at this bad boy.
Hey, get on the Wi-Fi here.
Okay.
All right. Mute. Unmute. Are we good?
Hey, chat.
Rob, do you want me to try calling you back one more
Yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear me, correct?
time? Right. Let me try hanging up and calling you back one more time.
Okay. Now my cat's got to go in. Come on, cat. He's going to photobomb the whole thing now.
Inside, kitty.
Any luck? Any luck? Can you hear me?
Yes. All right. Perfect. Just look your phone 5 minutes.
I think it was just Wi-Fi. John, we got to put this cat in here.
Okay.
Let me put my cat up. I apologize tremendously, guys. I'm trying to get scared. I got you now. I think you can hear me outside.
Here, kitty. Come here.
There she is. This is Valentine. This is Valentine, my cat here. I apologize, guys.
No problem.
She goes in there and now she'll be quiet.
Oh,
You caught me off guard here, man. I'm just getting stable here, and I'm going to give you guys the sideways camera here. Let's go. John, try not to get in the scene. I'm going to go right here where we got good Wi-Fi. Right in the middle of the day. Let's do it.
How's this for a metaphor? Vanilla Ice, Rob Van Winkle,
Yes.
is the music world's onion. That there are still
Layers.
30 plus years later, so many layers being peeled back on this guy's life. And I read a story this morning that just absolutely blew my
Oh,
mind.
I read it too. It is the best story of the day.
So we are thrilled to say that he is joining us right now, the man, the myth, to talk about his connections to Pablo Escobar, who apparently was like a good buddy back in the 90s in Miami. This is an incredible story. Rob, welcome back to TMZ Live. How you doing, man?
Hey, Rob. Thanks, guys. Yeah, good to be here, man. I know there's many chapters to my life, and when I was racing boats back in Miami, I lived on Star Island for like 14 years, and it was right at Government Cut. And I was always into motocross racing. I'd race anything. I still do. I'm very competitive. I love that, you know. And we would go to a place called Fort Apache, which is 188th Street. And that's where all the stories from the Cocaine Cowboys to all this stuff that most people know of today. But it goes much bigger than just that, you know. That's just the kind of Netflix, you know, stories. There's a whole bunch of the Cocaine Cowboy stories that are all over this 188th Street. And they knew that I was into racing boats. And back then we didn't have, you know, Google. You couldn't check people out. And you really didn't ask anybody what you did for a living. And it was just, you know what? People had money. It's Miami. I mean, for Christ's sake, I lived next door to Don Johnson, directly next door to Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith.
The irony of you're living next to the star of Miami Vice.
Right.
Yet Pablo Escobar would stop by to talk racing boats with you.
Unbelievable chapters. I could sit on the front porch with you guys and tell you story after story, but yeah.
So do this, like, just set the scene of how you encountered him, what you talked about. It's just a great story.
So you don't know anybody, and Pablo was into racing boats. I was into racing boats, and he really did a lot of great things for the boat industry because the money he spread around to, I guess, traffic the drugs also spread into the racing boat community. So a lot of my racing boat friends that used to come to the, you know, races with an old beat-up pickup missing 3 hubcaps, you know, now they're driving Ferraris, and people have money. They got, you know, amazing stuff they never had before. And it's like, what's going on? So the boats got faster. All of a sudden, all these new molds are being made for fiberglass and new materials like carbon fiber, and just horsepower after horsepower race, and a lot of money going into it. So Pablo actually, you know, all that money and stuff was going into the boat racing community, which I was a part of.
Do you think, looking back, and I'm not asking you to name any names, but do you think, looking back, that some of those people in the boat racing world who suddenly had much faster boats were being asked to do things, pick up some things maybe for Pablo?
Absolutely, and they were dredging certain areas and stuff around a place called Beer Can Island, which is right out of the cut coming in out of Haulover, and you could fly through this thing called Beer Can Alley, and if you don't know where the shallow parts are, you run ashore. So I knew all these because they would just take me through there, and I go, whoa, 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 don't go through there, man, we're going to hit shore. And they would laugh. They have a snake path that they go through there for the drug runners at midnight. They have special boats that are all made of black, you know, carbon fiber and super horsepower race boats. I mean, this was the craziest time of my life, and I just thought they were all racers.
Oh my God. Well, no, okay. I mean, they were
no
racing.
idea.
They were racing. Just, I lived in Miami before that, and I know that this kind of became a hub for drugs. And did you ever see anything where you said, oh, that's what's going on here?
Right at the end of the whole mess, when I was talking with my good friend Juan Almeida, he was sweating profusely, and I go, what's wrong, bro? And it wasn't even that hot out. And we were at the Fort Apache Marina there eating on 188th Street. And he goes, don't turn around. There's a guy back there with a spy pin on. And I go, what? A spy pin? And I go, maybe that'll explain why the FBI was asking me questions. And he goes, what did they ask you? And he goes, they asked me why I took $1.7 million in hefty bags in cash and loaded it up in the front of my Ferrari and in the front seat. And then I tried to deposit it. He goes, why did you do that?
Oh, my God.
It's unbelievable how many things that I just was clueless to back in the 90s. And you don't ask questions, and you're just racing boats. And I was basically, you know, young and dumb. And that's what it was for me. I just look at it like, God, what a moment of my life. And then all of a sudden, I saw the submarine story. It's called the Odessa Project. And in the Odessa Project, they try to buy a Cold World submarine. They actually did purchase a Cold World submarine from Russia. So they had a small submarine that was moving some drugs back and forth from Ecuador, and then they said, let's go bigger so we can get more. and it was $30 million. They had it done, and red flag to everybody, and that kind of sent out the message. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people got busted and went down. And this was where the story, the Odessa Project, which is on Netflix, I guess, and stuff. And they go, one of the questions in there, they go, one of the Russian guys, he goes, so how did all these guys meet each other? Like, how did Juan Almeida meet Tarzan and all these guys? And they mysteriously, in the show, they go, believe it or not, Vanilla Ice.
Oh my
They were
God.
all over at my house because I lived at Government Cut, so I had every time I'd fly in, they would come over with helicopters and maybe like 10, 15 race boats sitting in my backyard on Star Island, ready to go right out of the cut, because that's where you can go out in the ocean, and the waves were huge because you could jump the cruise ships. They had giant waves.
Oh my God.
And it was amazing
Oh my
times,
God.
man.
You're crazy. I love the hefty bag was the tip off.
Oh.
Hey, Rob, thanks so much for being with us, man.
We so
can't wait to hear the next chapter.
right.
You're welcome, guys. I wish you all the best, and all the best for the holidays, everybody.
Yes, man.
You too, Rob.
Thanks, man.
That is a
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for working with us on this connection, too.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. All the
Have a
best.
good one.
Okay.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
That's how we roll
Now we're
over
all
here
over TV.
at the VIP pod.
That's so awesome.
Now we're all over for the holidays, dog. Just blowing up everywhere with Pablo to here to everybody.
I'm the bread phone. Money fan, put your fans out. Everybody got bands